The road to 10,000 subscribers here on YouTube, and as you can see, we have this many. If you haven't done so already, please hit that subscribe button and help us reach 10K today.
Rise and shine, Chucketeers! Coming to you live on YouTube, it's time once again for the Cluckin Crew podcast! With your hosts, series creator and voice of Chucky Chicken, Michael Cook, lead director, storyboard artist, and compositor, Elias Levine, and art director, lead character designer, and lore keeper, Tino Calcaterra! Join us for animation news, behind-the-scenes info on the series, special guests, audience interactive events, and much more. And now, on with the show!
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Cluckin Crew podcast, the official Chucky Chicken podcast. I am your host, the series creator and voice of Chucky himself, Mike Cook. With me, as always, are my two very dear friends, my co-directors, my co-producers, and my head of compositing and storyboarding, Elias Levine. And on my other side is our official character designer, art director, and official lore keeper, Tino Calcaterra.
What's up?
So yeah, hello, happy hump day, everybody. We made it to another week.
Yeah.
Happy what?
Happy hump day.
Oh, Mike, do you want to tell the folks in the audience the cool news that you told me yesterday?
Oh, the cool news that I told you yesterday. I'm trying to remember what the cool news...
about the thing that's gonna get there.
Oh yeah. Thank you. Well, hopefully. So the Chucky Chicken plush toy is finalized. We got those designs, and I have gotten confirmation that it is shipped. So hopefully it will be reaching my home within the next 24 hours, which will be very exciting. Yeah, super stoked about that.
Woo.
Yeah, I'm a little nervous because, politics have apparently, it sounds like that they're ceasing any and all, postage and postal deliveries to and from China, to and from America. But,
Oh wow.
yeah. But I think I was able to sneak by, so we'll see what happens. But yes, unfortunately, yes. Chucky is currently being made in China, so we're gonna have to hold off and wait and see what's going on. Alan Aguilar actually coming in with some straight facts here. As you guys didn't notice, today is Charlie Chaplin's birthday. Well, happy birthday to the late great. Wow, Charlie Chaplin. He would be old. If he were around today, he would be very old.
Astute observation, Mike.
Thank you. I have a few of them. But also, thank all of you who are tuning in. Let's see who is all here today. We're going to have some fun, but I want to say hello to some of the folks here. We have Alam Aguilar, Idali Baez. Hello. And yes, I did notice you last stream. But we were just so hyper-focused on the topic, so I didn't really get a chance to interact with the chat as much. Kim Gonzalez is here. Harvey Maltez Mancia is here. Let's see, Alam Aguilar, we said hello to already. Saberwing, it lives. Yes, we live. We're live.
Yeah.
Yep, Moa Junior Tunes Animation is here. Good to see you. Thank you for stopping by. Shay White is here. Good to see you, Shay. Let's see. Jericho Chavez also showed up. Hello, Jericho. Nice to see you. Cat Fox is here. Coffee C Pong is here. Good to see you, Coffee. Dylan Royer. Well, how you doing, Dylan? Good to see you. And I think that is it for now. So, welcome. Thank you all for tuning in. We're very excited. And for those of you who are watching the show after it goes live, thanks for watching. We really appreciate it.
Yeah.
So, before we begin, just a little reminder, if you're enjoying the show, please, you know what? No, never mind. I'll tell you about that later. So, never mind. I'm not going to do that right now. But, yeah, I got a video to tell you that, so I don't need to say it no more. But seriously, do all the things. So, we appreciate it. But, so how is your guys' week going so far?
It's going pretty decently. I'm having a lot of fun working on my hobbies and, getting cleanup done. I did work a bit on cleanup earlier today.
Dog, awesome.
Catching up. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Still have a fair amount to do for this shot, but I blame the ropes.
Well, you know what? Sometimes you just gotta, get a handle on the ropes, which.
Thankfully I won't. Yeah, well, the ropes are pretty well done. I'm just getting to Chucky being stuck there now, which should be a bit easier to deal with.
Well, that is oh, sorry. Go ahead.
But yeah, if you guys like watching the work flow when we do that on here, sometimes I do that on my Twitch.
This is true. He does.
Yeah.
What about
do it more, honestly?
Yeah, and maybe I will. Mike, it was right there. You need to learn the rope. Thank you. You knew where I was going with that. Say
you need to grab the rope, tie it in the knot,
and then tie that knot to the. Never mind. Tino, how are you doing, my friend?
I'm doing.
You know what? That's fair.
Fun.
That is fair. Oh, boy. Well, anyway, folks, I got to tell you, hearing that Elias has got some more progress is truly music to my ears. And speaking of music, that's our topic for today. We're going to be talking about some of our favorite pieces of music from all across animation. So you guys really seem to like the discussions that we had when it comes to the live action remakes and all that fun stuff. So let's talk music. We're gonna have some fun with music, if you will.
Yeah.
Well, oh, okay. I think you're having a little too much fun there.
Maybe.
Jeez. Oh my gosh. So I'm not gonna lie, last time we were really organized, and today I just kind of thought of this on the spot. It's been a week for me too, but so let's just hop right in and let's do. How do we want to do this? Do we want to start with movies? Do we want to start with TV? Do we want to how do we want to do this?
Let's start with cartoons.
Okay. All right. Cartoons are cool. That works.
Let's narrow it down a little bit. What is your favorite song from a animated sequel?
Oh. Well, we're gonna touch all those. I mean, that's
I don't know what you're.
That's a movie. So we're gonna talk about movies, television shows, shorts, series, web stuff, anything. So, but I think it'd be good.
Elias, question.
Yeah.
Yodeling is a song.
Yeah, that's singing.
That counts.
I'd say so.
You could have asked me, Tino. Why didn't you ask me?
Because you would have said no. I'm kidding.
Okay.
I mean, I'm pretty sure you don't like that movie I was talking about.
Home on the Range?
Yeah.
I do like Home on the Range, actually.
Oh, you do?
I do, yeah. And I like that song
I
that you
just
were...
got used to people hate me. I don't know why.
No, I actually really like the yodeling song.
Yeah,
thought it
it's
was
my
cute.
favorite.
Yeah, it's my favorite, one of my favorite villain songs. So
Yeah.
actually, that's a okay.
Na,
That
na, na, na,
you, yeah, you see, I yodel little
No.
absolutely. So, all right, I'll tell you what. Let's do this. Let's start. I guess we're gonna do this decade by decade. So, because I mean, you got to remember we have like over 100 years of music. You know, so let's start right at the beginning, at the rise of the talkies, really. So we're gonna go 19, yeah, let's go the late 20s all the way through the mid 30s, and we're gonna be primarily talking about shorts. So I mean, obviously, we had Walt Disney with Steamboat Willie, taking a lot of virtually all of that was public domain music. Steamboat Bill, the song, Turkey in the Straw, just the amazing innovation of doing sound synchronized to the picture, but coming out of the picture, right? Because you got to remember, silent movies, they actually in a lot of cases they either had an organist or a band or in some cases an orchestra with singers and with like sound effects makers, so they weren't always silent, right? So, and then of course starting in 1929,
They just weren't very insane.
right, they had a hard time sometimes. Yeah, exactly. But in 1929 with the Skeleton Dance, we had the introduction to the Silly Symphonies, and that was just again another amazingly important aspect to the Disney company. But we even had the Looney Tunes coming out in 1930s, and along that same time we had the Fleischer Brothers coming out with Betty Boop. And then a couple years later, they came out with Popeye the Sailor. So let's talk about that real quick. Mickey Mouse had his own theme song with the most epic name ever of Minnie's Yoo-Hoo, which is in reference to her call, Yoo-Hoo, not anything else. Get your minds out of the gutter. We have, I want to be loved by you, yes, you and nobody else but you. I want to be loved by you alone, a boop boop be doo, We had, of course, probably the most epic 30s theme song. I'm Popeye the Sailor Man. I'm Popeye the Sailor Man. I'm strong to the finish, 'cause I eats me spinach. I'm Popeye the Sailor Man. Can't forget that.
I like Grampy's House.
That's a fun one. Oh, yeah.
I like Grampy's House a lot.
That's a great song. Oh my gosh. Oh, we're on our way to Grampy's, where he always treats us nice. Always something on the ice. We're over at Grampy's house.
Yeah. It's a bop.
It is a bop. Yeah.
The cheery mood of that song is infectious.
When we did the classic cartoon matinee last October, there were a lot of people who really liked the Grampy cartoon. So that was... and the song had a big part of that, so that was really, really cool. I enjoyed that a lot.
Yeah.
What about you, Tino?
Well, I like the theme from Betty Boop.
Okay.
Classic.
Classic, of course.
Oh, Minnie the Moocher.
Oh yeah, well that was a Cab Calloway song. That wasn't.
Yeah.
It was. I guess.
It was film. It was in a cartoon.
Exactly
It was in a
before the
cartoon.
show, but yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
It was in one of the first sound cartoons.
That's true. Okay, and it's a very important one because I feel like I feel the Fleischers, influence and the fact that they chose that song made it immortal.
It was a low down hoochie coochie.
Ba-dum. So
Okay, we can't do this.
yes, we
This
can.
is what's gonna happen the entire
You're not
episode.
being-
It's
just
totally
as a plan.
fine. Like, that's the whole point. We're having fun with music. So, just go with it, man.
Let's go ham.
Exactly. Go ham. Go pig, even. But yeah, so, and of course we had, the Looney Tunes with Carl Stalling coming in and just bringing animation music to a whole new level. I mean, with just his amazing compositions and the fact that as a matter of fact, there is a type of music making that was born around this time called a Mickey Mousing, which basically it's creating music to the picture. So they would do the animation and then they would play the orchestra, to the picture, very much like they did with Steamboat Willie, which is where the term Mickey Mousing comes from. And Carl was one of those people who did that, which I think is pretty, but he expanded upon it like big time. So, but going into the late 30s, of course, we have the introduction of the again, the Looney Tunes and the Merry Melodies, and probably two of the most important animation theme songs that did come around this time, which was The Merry-Go-Round Broke Down for the Looney Tunes, and Merrily We Roll Along for the Merry Melodies, right? Which both, of course, have been intermixed as officially the Looney Tunes theme songs, because nobody really remembers the Merry Melodies anymore, unfortunately, which is kind of sad. But and of course, if you don't know those songs, it's
you remember, Michael.
I do remember. I remember when the merry-go-round broke down as we went round and round. Each time would miss, we'd steal a kiss, and the merry-go-round went oop up up, oop boom up up, oop boom up up, up up. The merry-go-round broke down. And I don't really remember the lyrics to "Merrily We Roll Along," but it's da 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 bum 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 bum.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, that one. Watch me.
The one at the end of the show.
Yes.
I bet
Actually-
y'all didn't know it was an actual song.
Yeah, I didn't know there was lyrics.
Yes, there actually
Yeah.
is. Yeah, we used the merry-go-round broke down at the end of our show. So, but in 1937 we had, of course, probably the most important film come out, and that was Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
The 7 little guys.
Them 7 dudes with the picks. So, and that
Seven minor.
yes.
Wait.
But before the Seven Dwarfs, I mean, obviously we had other big songs that come out, like the "Who's Afraid of the Big Bad Wolf," which is from the Three Little Pigs. Who's afraid of the big bad wolf? Yeah.
Big bad wolf.
Big bad wolf, who's afraid of the big bad wolf? Dun 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 bum bum. That was an anthem for the Great Depression for so many people, as was the
I had it on VHS.
as was Snow White. We had Whistle While You Work and Hi Ho and Someday My Prince Will Come.
I like that a lot.
Yeah. Hi ho, hi ho, hi ho, hi ho. Sing along if you know it, folks.
Yeah.
Someday I was mortified when they heard that they took Someday My Prince Will Come out of the remake. I never saw the remake, but
I don't even watch
Yeah.
the remake.
yeah.
It's not even worth mentioning at this point.
Right.
Mm.
But there's two other songs that I think don't get a whole lot of attention, and that's the dwarves washing song, Rub-a-Dub-Dub, when they're in the tub, and it's such a cute little number, which I really adore. It's da-dum bum ba-dum ba-dum da-da-dum da-dum da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, get your hands full of water, and it's really silly. And of course, speaking of silly, you got the silly song, that when they're all yodeling. It's yodeling. There you go. See, yodeling counts there, Tino.
Yeah.
And it's just a wonderful soundtrack. And of course, it was one of the first to go, I guess what we would call nowadays viral. But it really started the Coffee Cat Dad says, why do I hear Pete singing that dressed as Snow White now? Someday my prince will come.
Someday I'll find someone.
And away to his castle we'll go.
You know what's so much fun about Michael? You can just request any character from Disney and request that he says something in that voice.
Oh, yeah, and I'll do it too.
Yeah. I'm not to do it. I'll do it again.
I'll do it again. Anyway, Kimberly actually did bring an awesome point that there was a deleted song from Snow White, which is one of my favorites, called "You're Never Too Old to Be Young," and in the 80s they actually did the golden anniversary for Snow White, and Dick Van Dyke, who turned 100 the other day. Dick Van Dyke turned 100 years old. How amazing is that? God bless you, Dick Van Dyke.
I hope he's healthy, okay.
Very healthy. Very, very healthy guy.
Oh, that's good.
Yes.
Because what's the point of turning 100 if you're regular,
Exactly. No, and he's still smart as a tack, smart as a whip.
Oh, that's amazing.
He's got an amazing wife who takes care of him, and I'm praying that he's at Disneyland for the 70th, because I would love the chance to meet him. That would be so cool. But anyway, but yeah, Dick Van Dyke and the Seven Dwarfs performed "You're Never Too Old to Be Young," and it was such a fun little number. If you've not seen the golden anniversary of Snow White, go check it out. So good. And the soup eating sequence too. That's another fun one too. But anyway, so then of course now we have the Disney feature film song library. We have amazing movies like Pinocchio with more songs like Hi Diddly Dee and Actor's Life for Me, and
what one came after Snow White?
Pinocchio.
Oh.
Yeah.
What one came after Pinocchio?
There were a couple. There was.
What one came after that one?
What?
When did Sleeping Beauty come out?
The 50s.
Oh.
Yeah. You gotta wait a little bit.
I think from the 40s.
When did Alice in Wonderland come out?
The 50s.
Mm.
Oh.
I mean, the 50s was the other boom of Disney. So.
Well, since we're here in the 40s, let's talk about Fantasia.
Yeah.
I never saw the original, but I've seen part.
I like the dinosaur part.
I know you like the dinosaur part.
I like Beelzebub.
Beelzebub, that guy. Chernabog.
Yeah, that's his name.
And the hippo.
Not just an epic battle in Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, that music just does go so hard.
It really does.
I just had a Fantasia 2000.
Yeah. Jesus. Okay. Oh my God. So yeah, and then that started off originally as a Mickey Mouse cartoon, based off of The Sorcerer's Apprentice, which, believe it or not, that is a public domain song. The Sorcerer's Apprentice.
Yeah. Oh, really? Oh, The Sorcerer's Apprentice. Very cool.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
You know what's weird about that?
What's that?
As for many reference that they do to The Sorcerer's Apprentice in today Disney, they never re-released the short or anything. It's just get nods to it, but I'm pretty sure that young people don't even know what the nod is about.
People don't even know why Mickey Mouse wears the robe and the fucking hat.
Yeah,
I know.
Exactly, that's what I mean.
They think it's because of Phantasmic, which is not. But No, they did re-release it in the year 2000 when they did Fantasia 2000.
Oh yeah, it was
20
part of
years
Fantasia
ago.
2000.
Yeah. Well, because Fantasia was... That was like... So that was a really cool film because they were supposed to update it every year. You know? That was the original intention for Fantasia. To do different animated shorts. Every year, every other year. Like, Walt had invested a lot of money.
I would understand like every 10 years maybe.
I'll have to look into it, but he had basically done this really cool state-of-the-art sound system for Fantasia that if you saw it in its original run, it was truly like a concert experience. Like I have heard reports that Fantasia Vision and the sound that they had, it blew you away. And I more than believe
Walt
them.
back in the day was very invested in like advancing the technology of film.
Oh yeah.
I
Not just the
assume it was
shorts,
probably something. It was probably like the forerunner to like IMAX.
Probably. I would imagine.
That's what I would. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
how that's would kind of be.
Yeah.
Unless they had like fog machines and little fans.
I don't know if it has.
I wouldn't put it past Walt to put dry ice in the theater and just like have the fog. That would be amazing. And then of course we got Bambi and then Dumbo.
Nitrogen.
Oh, I do love the MB.
Yeah, drip,
It doesn't
drip, drip.
Bambi.
Yeah, the little
Oh,
like
it
brush
does have
hour.
music.
Yeah,
It doesn't have like traditional,
Mm.
but it has a lot of really good music. In
it does. And then Dumbo, of course.
Yeah.
Boppers like Casey Jr., Look Out for Mr. Stork, Baby Mine, that just makes me cry every single time I hear
Maybe
it.
mine make my mom cry.
Yeah. When I See an Elephant Fly. And that's all we're going to talk about with Dumbo. There wasn't another scene that traumatized me as a child. We're not talking about it.
That was my favorite. The one that traumatized Michael.
Yeah, we're not talking about that. I've spoken about it many, many times on this podcast. Just look for a pink elephant and you'll know what I'm talking about.
Brain.
Okay, thank you. And then the war came.
And then the war came.
And then the war came.
And
And
then they were
everything
like,
went
we gotta
bad.
make a bunch of things.
Compilation films. Ew.
Yeah.
We had Make Mine.
And
We gotta make a
the
bunch of
dragon-
compilation films because the government needs us to animate things for the troops.
Yeah.
I mean, I think they had a dragon like movie. I forgot the name.
The Reluctant Dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was...
That
that was...
his appearance in sometimes in the background.
Yeah, well, that was
Disney
a tour of the Disney studio during the time. So that really wasn't a, you know,
I like the design of the dragon. It's very charming.
Oh, I do too. The film itself is beautifully done, and it's a
Yeah.
beautiful time capsule of what the studio was, you know, and
There was the movie about the singing whale.
that's
too.
what
Yeah,
we're getting
Christine
to.
Grey.
The package films.
Okay, sorry.
It's okay. The package films, of course, were, Melody Time, Make Mine Music, Saludos Amigos, The Three Caballeros, and those films were because they were going to make features, but they realized that we have to have a lot of shorts to basically, they couldn't make the features that they wanted to, so they had a whole crap ton of shorts. And they were like, you know what? In a lot of ways, if you think about it, it was kind of a reinvention of the Silly Symphony, which I kind of dig. Because the Silly Symphonies had ended officially in 39. So they were done with those. But they still came out with, like there was Little Toot, the little tugboat. I don't know if you remember him or not, by the Andrews sisters, of all people. They did Johnny Appleseed, sung by Danny.
I love that.
Yeah, sung by Dennis Day. The Lord is good to me, and so I thank the Lord for the birds and the bee, for giving me the things I need, the sun and the seed and the apple tree. The Lord is good to me. You could get away with singing about God in a Disney movie, and they would applaud you back in those days. Today, they would rake you across the coals. But
I mean, nowadays, what they will think that the Lord is Mickey Mouse. So.
God. Anyway. But not only that, but of course we had Saludos Amigos, which was a wonderful tribute to South America, and brought Brazilian culture to America. And one of the most popular songs still today in Brazil was represented in that movie, which was Aquela. I want to say this right. Aquarela de Brazil, which is Watercolors of Brazil. And they still play it today. Like, you can go to Brazil. And you know, oh, da 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 da, Brazil, 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 bum 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 ba dum ba da dum bum 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 ba dum ba da dum 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 bum bum ba dum bum. The samba. They did Tico Tico, which was so
Bossa Nova.
that was another great one. And then of course the Three Caballeros, you know, with I Jalisco no te rajes, mis alma de alma gritar con calor. Aprieto en pecho, gritar que hecho, Jalisco, palabra. No. And they were trying to kill him while he was holding that note. What the heck? Yeah. But oh my gosh, that's right. You Belong to My Heart. Thank you, Saberwing. That was a beautiful song. I really love the Three Caballeros because that explored the music of Mexico and Central America. The Ilongo. Yeah. La 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 la. Such a good one. And then of course, You Belong to My Heart now and forever. There is just something about music in the 40s.
Yeah.
Yeah. Something about the 40s music that just hits you right in the heartstrings, and it was very sweeping and swelling, and it just was absolutely beautiful. But and then of course, you know, we get into...
I mean, they needed it. It was a very melancholic time.
It was.
Yeah, we get into the 50s, and the 50s is really exploded with, like, musicals and, like live action and music. And
yeah. But not...
And the 50s type of swing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But not only that, let's not forget, folks, that we also had, on the other camp, the Warner Brothers were coming out with hits like What's Up, Doc? Which is, you know, yeah, what's up, Doc? What's cooking? Oh, what's up, Doc? Are you looking for Bugs Bunny bunting? Doc has gone a hunting just to get the rabbit skin, but now the rabbit's gone again. What's up, Doc? What's cooking? Hey, look out! Stop! Gonna hit someone with that old shotgun. Yeah, what's up, Doc? That song has lyrics.
Huh.
Yeah, if you listen to us, you know, they would introduce that for every Bugs Bunny cartoon in the 40s. And even today, in the Looney Tunes cartoons, they still play it, which is pretty cool. And then they even had, I'm trying to think, they had a lot of songs in their cartoons as well, like, especially during the war. We did it before, and we can do it again, and we can do it again. And, thank you, Coffee Cat Dad. Elmer Fudd and Bugs Bunny singing Oh Susanna, which was the origin of the Big Chungus meme, you know?
Yep.
Classic.
Yes. And then so they were doing a lot of really cool stuff during that time. And what was really interesting about it was animation was so experimental. And I think because of Disney, they really, because of what Walt was doing, everybody wanted to do, you know, radio stars really wanted to do animated movies. Because for them, they were so used to being in front of a microphone and not in front of a camera, that they just essentially were like, yeah, absolutely, you know, let's do this. And I'm going to turn the music down just a bit here. I realized it's super loud. So, turning down the music on our music.
Oh, it's not. If it's like halfway through the green, that's not loud.
Oh.
Yeah, halfway through the music is good because we're all the way in the yellow, like touching the red.
Oh,
so
okay.
It's all good. Yeah.
All right.
That should be fine.
Okay, that's cool. Anyway, so the 50s come and, Disney comes back with Cinderella. That was their big, reintroduction to feature films. Although in the late 40s, of course, we had, So Dear to My Heart and Song of the South and, a bunch of films like that. Of course, Song of the South giving us what was essentially the Disney anthem forever with Zippity Doo Dah. Zippity Doo Dah, Zippity A. My, oh my, what a wonderful day. So, it's still a good song. Wonderful day. Absolutely. Still one of my personal favorites. But then
I haven't even watched the movie, but Michael make that song get stuck in my head.
Thank you, Splash Mountain.
Yeah, the many, many Splash Mountains of the world.
Now there's only one. And it's
in Japan.
It is. That's the one. Yeah.
Yeah. And to be fair, I do like the one in Japan. It's very immersive.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Impressive, the effect they have there.
Yeah. But anyway, so now we have the 50s. We have Cinderella with hits like So This Is Love. So This Is Love. Yeah. So this is what makes life divine. I'm all aglow. And now I know.
I know.
Isn't that
What? You weren't ready for me to start harmonizing with you?
I wasn't. I'm not gonna lie.
Michael.
Oh, I'm sorry.
What?
The key to all heaven is mine.
It's done. It's over. You missed your opportunity.
Don't worry. There'll be others, I'm sure. We'll be good. But then we had, of course, Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo, which was the massive song for that film. The work song, the Cinderella, Cinderella, night and day, Cinderella. Oh my gosh. That's another beautiful one. A dream is a wish your heart makes when you're fast asleep. In dreams you will lose your heartache. Whenever you wish for, you keep. Have faith in your dreams, and someday your rainbow will come smiling through. Almost done. No matter how your heart is grieving, if you keep on believing, the dreams that you wish will come true. Anyway. And then you had Alice in Wonderland, which I believe. Yeah.
I love that one.
That was a good one.
What
was that first line?
Dragula, Makoiti, Dracola, Saint
Chongula! Kongula!
A jester, it's Ebonk.
Kongula! Yes, absolutely.
I forget the rest of the lyrics of that one, but that song's really good.
Substitutory locomotion. It's Yes, that is an unsung classic. We should probably need to watch that together. That'd be a lot of fun. But we're not there yet. So
Neon birthday song.
Yes, in Alice in Wonderland, which, as we talked about last time, is the one Disney movie that has the record for the most songs at 14, which is absolutely incredible. Peter Pan, you can fly, you can fly, you can fly. And, well, that was interesting because that was a play. It was a book and it was a play. But Disney opted to not do any of the music from the play and decided to do everything himself,
and tone down the words of the book.
Yeah. I mean,
let me tell you, Peter Pan was not a nice guy.
Yeah, that I know. Well, let me ask you this. I mean, obviously there was a very controversial portion of that movie
Ahem.
and that play. But what is worse, Ugga or What Made the Red Man Red?
I would say
the
the what
work,
made the
probably.
red.
Okay.
For me, it's the worst.
I don't know. They're both bad. I think they're equally bad.
Yeah, I would say.
I like What Made the Red Man Red. I know I'm not supposed to, but I thought it was a
Like
good.
you can't
I
deny
mean,
that it's catchy.
it
Yeah.
has a nice tune. I would give you
Yeah.
that.
Dun 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 bum, bum. Plus, it's like I hate to say this, but it's like the tune is based off of like ancient Native American tunes. It's just the lyric that suck.
Nice.
I don't know how accurate that is, but
Well,
I don't think they were trying to be accurate back then.
As
They
accurate
did-
as Disney was back in the day.
It's
Well.
about as accurate as film goes to a desert. That's about the level of accuracy that we're dealing with here.
oh
As
my
accurate
God.
as Hollywood wants it to be.
You see the sand and you just hear the oboe and the harp. Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
But of course Peter Pan was there. We had Lady and the Tramp, which was another great one.
Yeah, I love Lady and the Tramp.
Oh my gosh. So
With the other
this is
controversial
night.
song that I saw also has a nice tune.
Oh, the cat song?
The Siamese.
Yeah.
That one is also very racist, but it is like
Another bop.
I
I
yeah.
wouldn't call it a bop. I would say it's one of the more middling songs of the movie.
Okay. But I mean, Bella Notte. Oh,
Bella Notte is super good. And
what a
No.
what's the other one in the movie? The one where they're
he's a tramp, but
well,
they
that one
love him.
also- I'm not thinking of that one.
Oh,
I'm thinking of what the it's the one where Lady is introduced to Mrs. Darling's kid.
oh.
That one.
I don't remember.
At the end of the movie?
No, that's like in the middle of the movie.
Oh, La La Lu. That's it. The
Yeah.
lullaby. Yeah. That's a very, very sweet song. I forgot about that one. Yeah.
Oh, my little star sweeper.
There you go. You got it. Absolutely.
I got the first lyric.
You just like all of a sudden all of those memories are just flooding back into my head about that movie. Oh,
That literally is what happens.
Yeah.
I recently fully recalled a Japanese song that I haven't listened to since I was a young teenager.
that's
And I
the power. That is the power of music. That's all I gotta say. But
And whatever is wrong with me specifically.
well, I'll tell you what, folks. While we're, I think this is a good time to go to a very quick break. But we will be right back in just a few minutes. And in the meantime, stick around as we continue our musical tour right after this. Hey everybody, this is Mike Cook, the creator and voice of Chucky Chicken. We hope that you're enjoying. If you are, please do us a huge favor and hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't done so already, and hit the bell so you're notified every single time that we go live. Also, if you really love it, please share this with your family, friends, or animation lovers out there in general. Thanks, and enjoy the rest of the show. And we're back.
Hey.
Hello, everybody. Yeah, sorry.
Hello.
Sorry about that, folks. So, but yeah, here we are. We're just continuing our discussion on some of our favorite music from, movies and television. Oh my gosh,
just talking about music in animation through the decade.
Yeah, in general, because it was oh my gosh. All right, I will be right back. I apologize, folks. Give me a quick second. I shall return.
Wow.
Shaking my head.
Yeah. I'm gonna jump forward a little bit in time because
To what time?
the 80s.
Oh hell yeah!
We'll
That's
go
what I
back
want
to the
talk to you,
50s,
baby.
60s, but I wanted because there's this anime that I really like. It's called
Yeah.
Ginga Nageruboshi Gin, or Silver
Oh.
Fang in English. It is about dogs.
Oh yeah.
The opening,
Yeah, I remember.
the opening is so good.
To what?
Yeah.
Ginga Nageruboshi Gin, or Silver Fang in the West.
It's
Oh,
an anime.
okay.
From
I'll talk about it more when we go back to the 80s, but right now
Okay.
we're in the 50s heading to the 60s.
We are heading into the 60s, and of course, with the 50s ending, we had Sleeping Beauty, which came out that year. Of course, based off of the score for that one was actually based off of the opera, which is really cool. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why you hear a lot of the motifs from the Sleeping Beauty opera and a lot of other stuff. Like I remember playing World of Illusion starring Mickey and Donald for the Sega Genesis. And the intro was the doo-doo-doo, doo-doo-doo, doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. That it's called The Call of the Pinwheel. So, yes. So, and I never knew what that was
I wonder
from.
what movie is that for.
But yeah, so but going into the 60s, obviously, what was interesting about that was there was a new kind of animation that came into the world, and I'm going to talk about it a little bit because it technically is animation with audio animatronics. And of course, the first ever audio animatronic show came in 1963 with the Enchanted Tiki Room, and with it came the Tiki 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 Room song. And then of course that just opened a whole new a whole new
Kind of
world.
worm?
Yes, a whole new world of types of music and types of songs with the theme park crowd, which I think is pretty amazing. But oh God, sorry,
Your brain.
yeah, my brain is kind of clouded on me here a little bit. 1960s. What else did we have go on during that time period? We had 101 Dalmatians.
Yeah, that's good.
Sword in the Stone.
Which I don't remember any music from.
Cruella de Vil, like one of the
No,
first.
Sword in the Stone.
Oh,
Oh wait, no, Sword in the Stone. I love Sword in the Stone. I thought you meant the Black Cauldron.
no, that's later. That's the 80s. There's no music. in that.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, Sword in the Stone. Higgins Figgis, that's what makes the world go round.
Yes, I'm a fool. There is a lot of music in that one. I got them mixed up in my head or something.
I mean, they're medieval
Yeah.
themes.
Let's see what else we got. The 60s also brought us The Jungle Book,
Oh,
Yeah.
which
Bare
was
music in there.
yeah. Actually, the bear. It's actually really
Why?
interesting that you started singing that song because
It's my favorite one
it almost didn't make it into the movie.
because they were cowards.
Wait, what?
Because they were cowards.
You're muffled, Tino. I can barely hear you there.
Never mind. Keep going.
Did you say because they were cowards?
Yeah.
Well, it's actually a little more in depth than that because Bruce Reitherman, who was the artist for and the composer for The Bare Necessities, actually wrote the song for an earlier version of the movie, which I think is the original version of the Jungle Book is probably one of the saddest pieces of long lost Disney media that I don't think we'll ever get a chance to see. Because, well, because a lot of the boards I think are destroyed or gone by this point, but
I know the feeling, yeah.
Oh, but they were going to make it more close in line with the original Rudyard Kipling book and make it more atmospheric and, dark and moody, a little grittier. Yeah. And, Walt hated it. And there was a very famous, well, yeah.
For once, Walt didn't want to make it try.
Well, he was... He was talking with Bill, he was working with Bill Peet, who was the original, story man for the Jungle Book. And Pete wanted to make it more dark, mysterious, and atmospheric. And Walt and him had a huge fight, and it ended up with him leaving the studio. And Walt bringing in all the artists into a meeting and going, how many of you have read the original book of the Jungle Book? And none of them lifted their hands, and he said, good, don't read the book, here's the story. And he went and he pitched this amazing, Walt Disney type.
Ain't that Disney?
Yes.
Read the book? No? Good. Here's the story.
Right. And Bruce Reitherman had written a lot of songs for that version of the movie, right? And, but what ended up happening was the Sherman Brothers ended up keeping this song. And they were like, yeah, no, we really like this song. It kind of captures the personality of Baloo. It's such an important, aspect to his character. Mm-hmm. And while the rest of the soundtrack was written by the Sherman Brothers, The Bare Necessities was the onlyest one that was not.
Huh.
And of course, it became one of the highlights of the movie, along with I Want to Be Like You. Who be do?
I wanna be like you too. Like
what was that?
I think I wanna be like you had like a legal dispute.
No, not a legal dispute. So that actually was an interesting story because the Sherman Brothers had written this song, the Monkey Song is what it was originally called, and they had Louis Prima in mind from the very beginning. So they ended up flying to Vegas because that's where he was playing at the time. And they sat in the nightclub for hours watching him perform. And finally, at like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, Louis Prima and his band come out. And Dick is at the piano and he starts playing this song, ooh, 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 I want to be like you, ooh, ooh. And they're all stone-faced. Like they're listening to the song like, executives would be listening to somebody trying to pitch a movie. Again, Louis Prima, like the king of the swingers at this point, right? And so Louis goes, what are you trying to do? Make a monkey out of me? And without missing a beat, Dick goes, no, you're the ape. The other guys are the monkeys. And they just laugh and they're like, they were playing around. It's like, oh man, this is awesome. We'd love to do this. And during the recording session of the song, they had a larger room with one microphone, like right in the middle, and they brought their instruments in and they played it just like they would at a concert in Vegas, like with all of them circling around. Oh. Like that scene, the temple scene where they're, like, and they're playing the instruments and they're just marching around. That is what Louis and his team used to do back in the day. It was very, like, they studied it, they watched it, and they basically brought it to life verbatim in the movie, which is pretty cool. The dispute,
like some kind of rotoscoping kind of guy.
Not quite rotoscoping.
I mean, not quite rotoscoping.
Yeah,
but, you know,
yeah, they used
it and say,
yeah, they 100% used it for reference. But what you're talking about is Jim Cummings and how he is able to perfectly recreate Louis Prima's voice, and did so for years with, you know, King Louis, with Tailspin, and anything that they had King Louis in, like Jim would, because he had died at this point in the early 70s. So he came in and, you know, replaced him, and his widow, Louis Prima's widow, sued Disney saying, he sounds too much like my husband. You're not allowed to use his voice because we still own the likeness rights to his, to his character, to his voice. And it was either pay them a large royalty to, use the voice, or, get rid of the character. So that's why he's not in the Jungle Book 2, nor, it's also why we, instead of King Louis, we got the King Larry song in the House of Mouse. So, but eventually that was all worked out and disputed, I believe his widow passed away.
Tailspin?
Yeah. That was that was how he got in trouble.
Oh, dang it.
Yeah. So, but thank God it's been handled, it's been settled, because they've brought him back as King Louis in a multitude of different things, which is really great. And it's great that the character still lives, because his kids were like, we love King Louis, so we want to see him alive. We want to, even if it's not Dad, it's, the character was made for him. So, but anyway, moving out of the 60s, we're getting into the 70s here. And we have some interesting films. The Aristocats came out this year. And of course, Scales and Arpeggios is another great song, as is, the main title theme, sung by Maurice Chevalier, who came out of retirement to sing this song for the Disney movie, which is amazing. And then, of course, a couple of other Phil Harris hits, like the Thomas O'Malley song. I like the chee-chee-chee-chee-roni, like to make it home. A healthy fish with a big backbone. I maybe handle Lacey. Avery Giuseppe Casey.
Wow. Okay, you don't even know the words.
You caught me off guard again. I'm not gonna lie. The alley cat. And then, of course, the big one from that movie, Everybody Wants to Be a Cat, because the cat's the only cat who knows where it's at. Everybody's picking up on their feline beat, because everything else is obsolete.
It's sad, but true.
Every time he plays. But with a square in the act, you can set music back to the caveman days. Jump-jump-jump-jump-boole. Such a good song.
Birds who try to sing.
Still the cat's the only cat who knows how to swing.
Yeah, there we go. Okay,
yeah.
Now I'm done.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Such a, again, and talk about a masterclass of music with that one. And then we go into Robin Hood, and just the plethora of songs that came out of Robin Hood. I mean, we have, the whistle stop,
No, Discord didn't pick it up.
Oh no!
Oh no! All right, do 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 do, which would later be turned into a massive hit thanks to the frickin' Crazy Frog.
That's a hamster dance.
Oh, thank you, the hamster dance.
all the
Yeah.
same song.
Yes.
No, it's
Yes.
not.
It really is, though. It is. It's the Roger Miller song sped up. They did nothing with it. But not only that, but then we had, of course, the phony King of England, which is so appropriate for today's time. It's not even funny.
Oh, you should bring that one back.
Oh, the world will sing of an English king 1,000 years from now, and not because he passed some laws or had that lofted brow. While bonny good King Richard leads the great crusades on, we'll all have to slave away for that good-for-nothing Don. Incredible as he is inept, whenever the history books are kept, they'll call him the phony King of England. Oh, what a great song. It's so appropriate today. But somebody needs to do a remake of that song for modern times. I may have to write that one, actually. We'll see. But then again, we also had oh my gosh, so many Oodalolly, another great one. Robin Hood and Little John walking through the forest, laughing before just the others had to say. Little this and that, and having just a good time. Oodalolly, golly, what a day.
Every time I try and sing with you, you slur the words and it messes me up.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Enunciate.
I'm just
My dear
nervous.
boy.
But I say, boy, you gotta get your tongue out of the way of your face. Start talking, boy. Anyway.
Boy.
Boy.
Dang it. That boy ain't right.
Sorry, Dad.
Sorry, Dad.
It's
My bird. I don't know you.
Anyway, what are we talking about? Music, right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see what else came out in the 70s that was still really good. 70s were a dark time for Disney. A lot of live action stuff.
Yeah.
Lot of Herbie. You know, a lot of Mouseketeer stuff. Annette, you know, became really big and got into vogue during that time. And then of course we go into the 80s.
Ooh, I got one song from the 80s.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Have you heard this one? You got the touch. You got the power.
Oh, we're not talking regular 80s songs. There were so many bops during that
That is
time.
not a regular 80s song. It was featured in the Transformers movie.
Oh, okay. Well, I apologize.
And I remember like, the opening credit song that I was talking about before. It's like Yamang Yayobu.
Oh,
Yayobu.
you know what? Actually, this is a pretty. You know what? Let's stay in the 60s and the 70s for a little bit because we had. Well, no, because we had the rise.
We get passionate about something, Elias. And Michael just let's go back.
Well, no, because we have the rise. Of...
The what? The what?
You done?
Like you know, all my work you could die. Jibukai, Jibuyori, Okina Mononi. So sa, what mo it's kidai. You say done. Now I'm done.
Okay.
I told you I'd make you laugh, Tino.
Thank you. I needed that.
There we go. All right. But we gotta go back because we're gonna talk about television songs from that period, the 60s and 70s. I mean, because we had, of course, some of the most famous TV cartoon theme songs come during that time, including the Flintstones. You know, Flintstones, meet the Flintstones. They're the modern Stone-ish family. The Jetsons, you know, ba-da-da-dum. And going even, you know, and even going a little further back with, you know, Yogi Bear is smarter than the average bear. So Yogi Bear is always in the ranger's hair. Have a picnic table, you will find him there.
Yeah.
Yeah. What else do we have? Oh, of course, Scooby-Dooby-Doo. Where are you?
Where are you?
We got some work to do now.
Okay, but can we agree that the best Scooby-Doo opening is What's New Scooby-Doo?
Yeah, but
Absolutely.
that's later though.
What's this Scooby-Doo?
We're coming after you. We're gonna solve that
Solve the
mystery.
mystery.
And it's do. We gotta come with you. What's your
What's
Scooby-Doo?
Scooby-Doo?
Oh my gosh, of course. Top Cat. The most effectual Top Cat. Ba-ba-dum-bum. Who's intellectual? Close friends get to call him TC. Providing it's with dignity. Top Cat. The indisputable leader of the gang. He's the boss, he's the pip, he's the championship, he's the most tip-top Top Cat. Oh, spill my water all over the place. That's another good one. And what else do we have? Oh my gosh, the Mighty Mouse theme. Here I come to save the day. What else do we have?
Thundercats? I don't know.
No, that was later. Josie and the Pussycats.
Yeah.
Josie and the Pussycats. The Archies. Sugar.
Oh,
Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum. Oh, honey, you were my candy girl, and you got me wanting you. Let's see, what else do we got here? We also had so many great songs from this period.
Yeah.
Speed Racer or Maka Go Go Go. Here comes Speed Racer. He's a demon on wheels. He's a demon and he's gonna be chasing after someone. He's coming at you, so you better look alive. He's coming for you in the powerful Mach 5. And when the odds are against him and there's
Heidi from this time too.
What?
Heidi.
Which one?
Heidi.
Heidi?
Well, Heidi, I guess. Yeah.
I don't remember there being a Heidi cartoon show, but
Yes, it was.
Oh.
But it was an anime, but yeah.
all right, I'll believe. Okay, all right, I believe you. But
What do you mean I believe ya?
I believe you. I didn't say I don't believe you. Sheesh.
I take full offense, Michael.
Oh, of course you do. Anyway, what else were there? There were some. Okay, we're gonna move on from the 60s. Oh, wait a minute. We gotta go to Jay Ward for a little bit because there were a couple of other good songs like boom 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 boom. George of the jungle, strong as he can be. Oh, watch out for that tree. Oh my gosh, thank you, Rikaku. The Banana Splits. Remember that one?
Banana Splits?
Yeah, la 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 la. Yeah.
Hey.
One
When
banana.
did Charlie and the Chocolate Factory come out?
That was the 70s.
I really like the music in that one.
You're a fan of the Oompa Loompa song?
No. No, I like
I love it. No.
Your Imagination.
Oh, that's a good one.
I like what's there's another one in there that I really like.
Candyman.
Oh no, Candyman is pretty good, but I also really like Good Luck Charlie. Basically everything outside of the Oompa Loompa music, even though the Oompa Loompa music is fine.
It's a bop.
It's good. It's a
good.
bop, but it's not one I want to listen to like on a playlist.
No, I'm with you there. But anyway, let's
Charlie, give me a smile. However that goes.
Oh well, I'm being reminded here in the comments about the Smurfs. We can't forget the Smurfs. You know, la 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 la. Sing a happy song. That was That's one of my mom's favorites. She loves the Smurfs. And then, of course, the 80s come along, and we have even more amazing TV shows. We have Transformers comes into vogue, but we also have My Little Pony, My Little Pony.
My Little Pony.
Oh my gosh, Saberwing, thank you. Sid and Marty Krofft, I can't forget about those guys with HR Puffin Stuff. You know, HR Puffin Stuff. Boom, boom. Who's your friends when things get rough? HR Puffin Stuff. Can't do a little because you can't do enough. That was the ones where they were the horribly creepy costumes from the late 60s, early 70s. Yeah. Like, that HR Puffin Stuff is what they based McDonald's Land off of.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Get yourself a trip to McDonald's Land. Which turned 70 yesterday, by the way, McDonald's. Which is pretty cool. What else came out in the 80s, which was...
I do have one interesting little thing.
Okay.
For the song that came in the credits of the Land Before Time movie.
Oh.
It was so... Yeah, it was Hold On Together.
Mm-hmm.
It was so popular that even like today it's still played in Japan.
Oh, yeah. Well, what I love about those movies is American Tail, Somewhere Out There. That was a top charting hit in 19...
That's a good song.
It's a beautiful song. Somewhere out there, beneath the pale moonlight, someone's thinking of
It's only five
me.
or what's good at singing.
I really like the song.
I'm sorry.
I don't remember when the sequel came out, but the song in that
Way out west. Dun, 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 dun.
in the window.
Oh.
To the wall.
To the strip. Forget it.
Oh, how do you spell his name? Goes west.
Fievel?
Fievel.
Yeah.
Fievel. Yeah.
Evil.
The Lady I Left Behind or something like that, or...
That one is a really good one.
Yeah.
The Girl I Left Behind, but no, this is I think it's... Is it this one?
Michael.
Yes, Tino.
The Cowboys from Mumesa.
There's a lot happening. What happened, Tino?
The Cowboys of Mumesa.
Oh, the Cowboy. That was the 90s. They came out the next decade.
Ah, dang it.
I know. We're almost there. We're almost there.
Aww.
I mean, we had He-Man. Oh my gosh. Filmation was huge during this time.
Oh, wait, Thundercat.
Thundercats came out during this time.
Yeah, I'm right.
That's right.
Yay.
We, of course, had...
Thundercat.
Yep. We also had Fat Albert, na na na, gonna have a good time. That was another good one. Na na na, gonna have a good time. What else did we have? And then, of course, the massiveness that was the Disney Renaissance, but
Literally, I don't even think we could start on that because there's just too much.
There's too much,
There's so much.
But then there was the...
I like this area of the textbook, and we're gonna move on.
Okay, we'll do another one. We'll do another. We'll do a part two.
Because I think that we could just make the delving into the Disney Renaissance its own video alone.
Pretty much.
Because there's just so much to get into.
There really is. I mean,
we could talk about like TV shows and stuff.
We could. I mean, the Disney Afternoon alone had some of the most popular, like, theme songs. I mean, you had the Wuzzles, we're the Wuzzles, yeah. 2 times of fun, wrapped up and rolled into one. Oh, Harvey Maltese Matias is just begging me to talk about Thomas the Tank Engine, which... All right, there you go. Okay.
Oh my god.
Okay, we talked about him.
All right, we did it. Saberwing is.
I would say that I did love it.
Yeah.
The show.
There are a couple of experimental movies that I did forget to talk about. The Beatles with the Yellow Submarine, probably one of the most important animated movies.
Rocky Horror Picture Show, one of the
Oh
most.
hell yeah!
That's
love the
not an animated movie.
It's a movie.
It's not an animated movie. We're talking
I didn't
animated.
realize we were just talking about. You were bringing up Harvey, and
Herbie.
broomsticks.
Yeah, but like,
They're just not a thing. They're a thing that I like.
first of all, there was animation in those movies. Okay. Second of all, you're
Is
wrong.
there
I'm
anything
right.
Herbie?
Yes, the car himself animates.
I mean, he
He's an
emotes, but-
animatronic.
Yes,
Don't
that counts. That counts.
Okay,
We talked about the Tiki Room. I didn't even go into Pirates of the Caribbean or the Haunted Mansion or It's a Small World or Mary Poppins or others important.
Mary Poppins is good.
Mary Poppins is probably one of the most important ones that I'm kind of mad we didn't talk about in the 60s. But again, that's for part 2, you know? We're in the 80s. So we got to talk about DuckTales.
I mean, I will get Mary Poppins because they had animation sequences. So
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm just I hate to
DuckTales.
woohoo boom ba-da-da-dum. Anyway, I'm getting this request. Some DreamWorks Moon is asking, can you explain why I blocked Jordan for disrespectful comments, for continuing to spam the chat, and if you continue to spam the chat with questions like that, then you will be joining him.
Yeah. We just want everyone to remain on topic and
Yes. So,
not try and derail stream.
Right. Thank you. So, I'm just putting it out there, like, for real. Like, stay on topic, please. But anyway, and not only that, but he was incredibly rude to us off of the stream as well. So that's why he's gone. But anyway, TV themes from animated shows from the 80s and 90s. I mean, again, we could
Gargoyles.
Gargoyles.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
That's classic.
it is classic. I mean, the 90s, I think the 90s deserves its own.
Yeah, we'll do.
And
Yeah.
for Animaniacs.
Yeah.
Animaniacs.
Yeah.
There we go. All right. That was the 90s. Idali Baez mentions the Muppets. I mean, I think the Muppets should get their own episode as well, because there's just too many amazing songs.
The whole
not like a huge
many years of the
Muppet.
Muppets.
Yeah.
But I do like the Muppets. I just don't know a lot about the Muppets.
Yeah, we'll do more
You know?
research and we'll...
I'm not
Yeah.
a
I mean,
diehard.
I'm pretty
Muppet.
sure you have seen Sesame Street at least.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Like, I love Sesame Street.
Yeah.
Yay.
So... Oh my god, yeah, we could talk about Jim Henson and all that stuff. And like, I think Jim deserves his own...
Jim Henson has so much.
There's a lot of
Yeah.
There's a lot of things.
So many movies.
So many.
Like
So many
dedicated
stuff.
episodes about
Right.
Just talking this one subject.
I mean, the 90s
Yeah.
themselves, like, we could talk about Nickelodeon, we could talk about Disney, Cartoon Network.
Yeah.
There were so many. I mean, there was...
This was really like the big boom as far as,
Yeah.
Really
Nickelodeon.
Mm-hmm.
like really iconic music in
Cat Dog
animation.
was nice.
Yeah.
Cat
Cat Dog
Dog.
was good. I feel like Cat Dog.
Cat Dog. Alone in the world is a little
Look
cat
at the
dog.
boom, 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 boom. So yeah, we'll talk about that in its own thing. I want to get a little forward ahead, and I want to talk about with the 90s, of course, came the advent of the internet. And there, yeah,
I just want to do a quick shout out to Cyber 6. It has a very banging intro.
Okay.
Yeah, he does.
I mean, we can't talk internet music without talking Homestar Runner.
True.
I mean, December Ween, Trogdor, Yes, absolutely. All those. The Cheat Is Not Dead is another great one. So many amazing songs from Homestar Runner. What else? JibJab.com had another really amazing collection of songs like This Land and Second Term and On My Way to DC. All parodies of classic songs, by the way.
Yeah.
Let's see, what else? Very, very funny. Ed's World, had some great bops in there too. Trying to think. Newgrounds, I think, was just like the perfect place for animation during that time.
Yeah.
And, theme songs like the game Grumps, hey, I'm Grump.
I'm not so well.
And we're the Game Grumps. I'm trying to.
Someone.
Go ahead.
I would give a shout out to all the animations that came from Caramel Dancing.
Yes, Caramel
There's
Dancing
so many.
really did start the career of many a young animator.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool. Oh, jeez.
So that one was good. Another one in the early, I think this was early-ish 2000s, but I forget the name of it, but it's the one Vocaloid song where the two people are looking at each other and they're wearing butterfly headphones.
Yeah.
I don't even remember that one.
That one is one sec. I remember that one. That's the one that I recalled out of nowhere.
Is that da-da-da-da? No, it's Fireflies. That's something different.
I would say all the Vocaloid songs.
足に灯るいつの間にか燃え広がる熱情私の超不規則に飛び回りあなたの手に4分をつけた絡み合う指ほどいて唇からしたいと That one?
I don't know. I'm just listening.
Yeah. I don't know when. When? I need to look up when a song came in.
It's okay. Of course, we have Chala. Hey, Chala. From. No? Okay. Rock the
there's
Dragon.
a fun fact with that. Dragon Ball?
Yeah,
I mean, you made the intro of Dragon Ball Z.
I did.
The
My
first Dragon
gosh.
Ball actually came in the 80s, but people didn't like it.
Yeah.
It researched in the 90s, and people
Talk about a
didn't like it.
reboot surpassing the original in a massive way. Holy
I
cow.
don't know. I did like the first Dragon Ball. It was a vibe.
Saberwing just reminded me about probably one of the most important internet people that did music. Weeble.
Oh.
The Badgers guy. Badger,
Mushroom.
Yeah, mushroom. And of course, he also
Snake.
did. Yeah. Narwhals swimming in the ocean, causing a commotion, because they are so awesome.
Yeah.
Around this time, the first of
I think we skipped the most important song of the 90s, I would say.
Bakamitai from Yakuza. Yeah, you're right.
No.
Tell me the
I want to be the very best.
Like
no one ever was.
Dun, dun. To catch them is my real test. To train them is my cause. Pokemon.
Tell them all.
How is so true?
How courage will pull us through. You teach me and I'll teach you. Pokemon. Gotta catch 'em all.
Gotta catch
Pokemon.
Oh yeah.
And we're done.
I mean, we sung the whole thing.
We did. Oh my god. Oh, and Perry Grip. Yes, that was another. Him and Harry Partridge, other great indie animator musicians, excuse me. I don't know the 2003 TMNT opening, I'm sorry, but I do remember the original.
Oh, is that the...
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
That's... I think I know what you're talking about.
And I rap. I'm sorry.
Is that the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? That one?
No, that's what it is.
Wait, I'm looking it up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I mean, they revamped the original song, but with some rap in
Yeah. Of course, I remember Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah,
What is a banger?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, so many good. Anyway, we're going back. We need to keep moving forward. So.
Oh my god, I forgot about that one.
This is, I think, one of the best versions of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I can't believe I forgot about it.
I would play it, but I don't want us to get demonetized, so I'm just not gonna.
Yeah.
Dang it.
So maybe later.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Let's not forget about during the 90s, the 80s and 90s, we had probably one of the greatest songwriters for anime, especially Americanized anime with Saban. They did, they did the theme song for the Mysterious Cities of Gold. They did Maya the Bee. They also, of course, brought Sailor Moon to life here in America. What else did they do?
Did they do Cardcaptor Sakura's opening?
I'm not sure.
That one is a banger.
Yeah. Nadia, The Secret of Blue Water. So many good stuff. Going into the new millennium, I think everything kind of started to change once again, because we had this amazing Saberwing. Cities of Gold mentioned. I love you, Mike. I love that show. I love that show so much. But anyway,
that one show you showed me about the cow people.
That's the Cowboys of Mumesa.
Yeah.
That's the 90s.
Oh.
Yeah. Again.
They got the mesa.
Yep. Samurai Pizza Cats. That's right. Thank you, Rikaku.
Samurai Pizza Cats.
Oh, and speaking of Samurai Pizza Cats, did y'all see that they're getting a little side scroller beat 'em up game?
Yeah, it's pretty rad.
Yeah.
Looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
On Facebook to the. Oh.
Yeah. But during the 2000s, everything kind of went like punk rock, and we lost a lot of that variety that we had in the 90s. There was still a lot of the orchestral stuff. There was a lot of synthesizer, a lot of, the 90s was just amazing for music. And then the 2000s came, and it was like, what's new, Scooby-Doo?
I need to check when a show comes out, because it might be 2000.
Okay. Of course, we had Duck Dodgers of the 24th one-half century.
One-half century.
Oh, yeah, Mona the Vampire came out in the...
Oh, by the way, did you know that intro is the last song that Elton John sang?
I did not know that.
Yeah, he died shortly after.
Wow. The Duck Dodgers song?
Yeah.
Wow. What a song to die on. Like what a way to go.
It was epic.
He probably died 21st century. They cut that part out.
Oh my God.
Another really good show that I remember was Flying Rhino Junior High. That theme song goes hard.
Okay. Remember
Mona the Vampire song goes super hard.
Remember Brandy and Mr. Whiskers?
Yes.
I
love
Brandy and Mr. Whiskers. What about I'm trying to think. Hold on.
What happened to that show? It just faded out for some reason.
Oh, Chowder was really good. You take the moon and you take the sun. You take everything that looks like fun. You shake it all up and what are you done? Rada, 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 rada. That's another really good one. What else? What other good ones for from the 2000s? Guys, come on, help me. You
I
were
would say
Oh, I know we're
Stray
Canadian
from
cartoons. I'm sorry,
Wolverine.
Mike.
I would say
Inuyasha, Naruto. You really like
Naruto.
Naruto. We gotta shout out the German opening to Naruto because that's just a beautiful masterpiece.
Right.
Oh,
Oh
I
my
haven't heard
gosh.
that one, actually.
Naruto,
All the
Naruto,
yeah.
believe it. Naruto, I'm on my way. Naruto, I'll be okay. Sasuke, he's really cool. Sakura, the beautiful.
The beautiful.
It's so good.
It's beautiful,
Yeah, they-
no? Yeah. Anyway.
That is what they sound like.
Well,
when
now
they're singing it.
now I'm gonna have to
You
take a
have-
look at it.
You do. It's really good.
What about oh my gosh, I'm trying to think. The 2000s. Oh wow, I am just
Oh, the Total Drama Island opening is actually pretty good.
see. It sucks because for me, the 2000s was I was in high school and college, so I don't remember. I didn't get a chance to watch a whole lot of TV during that time. I
want famous.
when
yeah.
did Phineas and Ferb come out in the late
Yeah.
2000s or was that 2000? Was that the 20 teens?
I think it was
I
like
think
right
late
on.
2000s.
Yeah, late 2000s.
Okay, because Phineas and Ferb. Let's be real, those guys.
Phineas and Ferb has a lot of really good music.
Yeah,
Oh
they
my
had too
gosh.
many.
So many great songs.
Witchy
Kim
Clear.
Possible?
Na, na,
Oh
na,
my
na,
gosh.
na, na, na.
Impossible.
Yes.
I love Kim Possible.
Oh,
Beep beep beep. What's the sitch? What else? Nickelodeon, I think had.
If you wanna.
Oh, I'm trying to think. Anybody remember the Brothers Flub?
No. Do you remember?
All right, we're just gonna skip
Do you
that one.
remember?
All right.
Do you remember Archie's Weird Mysteries?
I remember seeing advertising for it, but I never saw it.
It had a pretty good opening. Mysteries. Martin Mysteries was good. Totally Spies was good.
Oh,
Oh, Martin
that's right.
Mystery. Oh, you know what? That's
Um,
one show that did traumatize me.
What
Wait.
are some other shows
One-
that I like
The one with the siren.
and have good music?
Oh,
There
trying to think.
was-
Well, I think we could talk about movies around this time too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Lilo and Stitch.
Lilo and Stitch.
Oh, yeah, Lilo and Stitch.
Lilo
Nihilo
and
no
Stitch.
Nilo is my favorite.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine too. Actually, I like that one a lot better than Hawaiian Roller Coaster Ride. Believe it or not, I love
Yeah.
Hey
I don't know.
Lilo.
I feel like it's more authentic.
I do
Nihilo
too.
no Nilo.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
do too. The Emperor's New Groove. I mean, let's be real.
Emperor's New Groove had
Yeah.
really-
Had some really fun songs. I'm trying to think. There really wasn't anything in Atlantis or Treasure Planet that blew
What are
me
you
away.
talking about?
What do
Treasure
you
Planet?
mean there's not in Treasure Planet? I'm
songs?
still here.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm still here.
It did, yes. I'm Still Here, which is like the song of the movie.
oh. Well,
Yeah.
It was done
I
by
can
John
still listen to it.
Besnick of the I forget, but I think he was in the Foo
I'm a
Fighters.
question to the world, not an answer to be heard.
All right, guys. I'm gonna. All right, I've never seen Treasure Planet.
Michael,
you hate on this movie so much and you haven't even fucking seen it. I'm gonna strangle you.
Michael, you're such a poser. What can you say that you hate this movie just because everyone else does?
No.
No, he just doesn't want to like it because it does. I don't know.
Spider Psycho.
You scum.
Spider Psycho. Spider Psycho.
I will be a Spider Psycho.
I'm still here.
All right, I'll go
I
back.
watched Treasure Planet.
All right, I will go back and I will rewatch it. So that's
Yeah.
fine. Oh my gosh, Saberwing, thank you. The Prince of Egypt. And the,
Oh yeah.
and the Road to El Dorado. Oh my gosh, how are we forgetting these ones?
It's tough to be a guy.
Da 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 ba dum bum.
My favorite song.
Take your
in that
blessings,
movie
keep them
is,
sweet. That's our advice.
Yeah.
My favorite song in that movie is Without Question. I love that song. The more I learn, the more I see.
Oh, that's a beautiful one.
Less the world impassions me.
Tarzan.
Oh yeah, Phil Collins didn't need to go that hard.
He did
I'll
not.
be
And
in
then
my heart.
also, I think Brother Bear is underrated as far as music
I do like Brother Bear. Welcome
I
to
am
our
on my
family
way.
time. Welcome
to a brotherly
time. Oh my gosh, thank you. Okay, so I'm looking at the chat here. I completely forgot about a lot of these epic bangers.
Yeah.
We have Jimmy Neutron,
Danny
Danny Phantom,
Yes.
Kirby Right Back at Ya, Sonic X. Oh my gosh, how can I forget about Sonic X? Gotta go fast.
Gotta go faster, faster, faster.
Oh, so good.
Oh, the Yu-Gi-Oh opening.
Yes, Yu-Gi-Oh! And by the way, I have been binge watching. I started. Yeah, I have been binge watching Yu-Gi-Oh because I never watched it when it was first coming out.
Oh, you never watched an anime? What?
What's really funny about the Yu-Gi-Oh anime is that it was coming out before the actual rules of the game were like finalized.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Because
funny.
the origin of Yu-Gi-Oh is really funny because Yu-Gi-Oh started out as a manga and it was not about a card game. It was about this like trickster like demigod or something. But then there was a chapter or book that came out that had him play a card game against somebody, and that super popular. And so they were just like, let's just make it about this. And then they did that, and then the anime came out before the card game was even like finalized. So that's why
With those BS rules and the safe than the last time.
a lot of video games of Yu-Gi-Oh also came out before there was actual rules.
Yeah, I
Which
heard
is
about that.
I had a deck of cards. I think I had a deck of cards before the rules were a thing.
I think I had one deck of cards for Yu-Gi-Oh my entire life.
I remember playing with
got
kids and
into
races and like, wait, how do we play this?
But I did play a few of the video games. There was one on the PlayStation that is notoriously difficult, and the reason being is that there is a certain point in which the AI just reads your cards and cheats. It just cheats. It'll just pull whatever it wants out of the deck, and it's a good game.
Oh, that is BS.
So it's playing the Pegasus rules, you know?
Yeah.
I see your cards, Yugi boy, and I played my trap card. By the way, did you know, and I kid you not, the guy who played Lord Pegasus in Yu-Gi-Oh, before he did that, his first ever 4Kids anything, he was Giovanni in the Pokemon live show.
What? The Pokemon live show?
The Pokemon live show.
That's crazy.
And I gotta tell you, because again, like I just said, I've been watching Yu-Gi-Oh because I didn't watch it when I was a kid, and when I heard his voice come out of the bat guy, I was like, oh, it's Giovanni. I can't. I can't. Hello, Yugi boy. I mean, he's so deliciously evil, and I just adore his voice. And he did a fantastic job as Giovanni in the musical. Such a good job. He had a couple of solo numbers, like, oh, so good, so good. Anyway, moving right along. Yes, Pokemon did have a live show. We could. If you want to hear us talk about it, we can do some research and we'll talk, because the story of that in itself, holy crap!
They have wanted to start dedicated to Pokemon.
Yeah, we'll do a Pokemon episode.
I remember seeing this clip of the live show where it was like at the end, I guess, and the performers were like, it like finished. The crowd was absolutely silent.
Oh no!
Oh, it was good.
Oh no! That's horrible. One world. Just like,
just silent. Yeah. The costumed performers were just standing there in silence. It was so funny.
You need to
It
send.
wasn't a great show.
You need to send me this because I need to see this.
I'll try and find it.
Okay, oh wow.
I saw it. I saw it in a Oni Plays video.
That's
So I can write that down.
that's amazing. Good old Oni Plays.
Yeah.
Oni Plays where we got Bad Goofy. You know,
I think Goofy being bad is just funny.
Dark-
Oh, wait.
Dark Goofy.
Wait, Michael.
what?
The Goofy movies.
The
Eye to Eye.
Goofy. That's right. It just Yeah, you're right. Thank you, Tino. 10 days
Eye
ago.
to Eye.
Yeah, the Goofy movie just celebrated its 30th anniversary with Eye to Eye on the open road.
The first time I see eye to eye.
Yep. To stand out above the crowd, even if I gotta shout out loud. Mine is the only thing you see. Gonna stand out. Do you notice me? All right, Rikaku says, all right, I got to catch my flight. Have a safe travels, Rikaku, wherever you're going. Be safe. Let us know when you make it to your destination. Yeah.
And if you haven't already, if you're not a part of the Discord, join the Discord.
Yeah, that's right. I got to make a little clip for that. Yeah, that's right. Go watch Not Just a Goof on Disney Plus. It is an amazing documentary. It is,
Oh, did that come out?
It did. It did. Last week it did. So definitely go.
Because they added like 2D animation to it, didn't they?
They did a lot of it too. It's really good. So, well, I'll tell you what, folks. I think that this is probably a good. This is another one of those topics where we're just going to have to do a part 2 because there's just way too much. And I think a lot of people. I do have to get going because I'm getting phone calls out the wazoo, unfortunately, and duty calls. So, but in the meantime, let us know down below. Like, please leave your comments for whatever we missed. I'm sure we missed one of your favorites, and we apologize. But we can't hit them all. There's so many.
And if you're in the Discord, why don't you post some of your favorites in the music chat?
Yeah, please. And we'll talk about those when we come to this topic again. But but in the meantime, thank you so much for watching, everybody. If you haven't done so already, please make sure to hit that subscribe button. Leave us a like if you enjoyed this. If you like these deep dives, let us know if you enjoy these types of videos. I know we've done a couple of them and we kind of kept them a little shorter. Next time we will definitely do more of the drawing, so we'll probably have Tino or Elias or myself hop on and do some drawing, which I think will be really good. We
might just do a work stream, just showing you guys some cleanup or some such.
Yeah, because we really got to get this cartoon done.
We're so close.
We really are. Real quick, just so folks know, we may take a break the week of the either the 30th or the 7th, depending on when we get the cartoon done. Just because, if we don't get it done by the 30th, then we're going to take that week off so we can get it done. But if we do get it done, we will premiere it on the 30th. And then we'll take a break after we release it. But so there is an upcoming break coming up here pretty soon, and then we'll be back to doing more of the weekly stuff. When we have more information on the pre-orders for the Chucky Chicken plush, we will talk more about that. Hopefully that'll be coming up pretty soon, as well as another thing that we will talk about potentially next time or when we get closer to the shorts release. But anyway, again, thank you as always for coming in and hanging out with us and watching our little show. Please hit the subscribe button. Follow us on all of our social media. We are on Blue Sky, we are on Instagram, Facebook, and that's pretty much it. So make sure that you follow us over there. Send us a hi. Send in your fan art. We'd love to get it in the rotation here with all this other stuff. But in the meantime, I'm Mike Cook.
I'm Elias.
Antino.
And for the Cluckin Crew, thanks for watching, folks. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.